look back and look forward during this historic milestone in our university's history. The two most important events to ponder on, I believe, are naturally the foundation of the school in 1925 and the changing of hands in 1999. Answering the call of the times. About a quarter century removed from the victory of the Philippine Revolution against Spain, Mapua Institute of Technology's founding in 1925 answered the need to produce technological manpower for a newly developing economy under a relatively liberal American regime. Don Tomas Mapua heeded the call of the times. Moving on for 3/4 of a century, he, his son, and his grandson continued to heed the country's evolving needs through the Commonwealth and through the Republic, providing highly qualified architects, engineers, and managers to build the country's infrastructure and to run its industrial plants. 3 decades removed from the invention of the Internet, 1.5 decades from the publication of the seminal book, Our Common Future, and 1 decade from the creation of the World Wide Web, the changing of hands at the turn of the 21st century brought forth new challenges. Ambassador Alfonso T. Yuchenko, as Don Tomas had before him, answered the call of the times. And this time it was, and still is, for Mapua to thrive in a global and digital age and to deal with growing concerns about the sustainability of human communities and the planet's health. Through a quarter of a century, Mapua took steps to become global and join the ranks of the world's best universities, to become a leader in digital transformation, and to be recognized for its contributions to global efforts towards sustainability. Indeed, the university was radically transformed into a global and digital university for people and planet. Building the future always. In heeding the call of the times, Mapua graduates have, for 100 years, helped construct infrastructure, both physical and cyber, upon which the country's socioeconomic system rests and grows through time. They've run the industrial plants, the humming of which has fueled economic advancement. Mapua graduates have also started and run companies that have progressively prospered through time. In heeding the call of the times, the university itself has blazed trails in international accreditation, outcomes-based education, and online education. All of them future-defining moves for Philippine education. The university has also generated tides that have lifted all boats, as it took the lead in getting Philippine membership in the Washington Accord, in successfully referencing the Philippine qualifications framework to the ASEAN framework, and in establishing the comparability of New Zealand's and the Philippines' baccalaureate degrees. One may say then that, arguably, Mapua University and its graduates have never been just passively future-ready nor future-proof, because they have, for 100 years, always actively built the future and stayed at the leading edge in doing so. In its role as a builder of the future and its accompanying stance of being at the leading edge, Mapua has racked up an enviable list of firsts through its 100 years of existence, to wit: first Philippine school to offer chemical engineering in the 1930s, computer engineering in the 1980s, biological engineering in the 2000s, a fully online master's degree in engineering in 2010s, a baccalaureate degree in energy engineering in the 2020s. First private school to offer mechanical engineering and electrical engineering in the 1940s. First to have at-scale implementation of outcomes-based education and online education. First, and still the only school to have CHED approval to offer fully online engineering and IT programs indefinitely. First, to hold synchronous global classes with faculty and students from around the world in one virtual classroom as a member of the Sintana Global Alliance. First private school to have a mainframe computer in the 1960s. First Philippine school to have a gigabit network in the 2000s. First Philippine school to have a private managed cloud infrastructure that include tools on IT, digital twinning, high-performance computing, and data science. First, to have internationally accredited engineering programs under ABET. First, to have an ISO certificate of environmental management system compliance. First, private non-sectarian private school to be included in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. First, Philippine school to win gold at the Wharton QS Reimagine Education Award. Okay. A measure of Mapua itself. Looking beyond the comparative list of firsts, we should also measure Mapua by how it has itself evolved as a higher education institution in the sweep of 100 years. To establish an absolute scale, we can use the basic assertion that knowledge is the currency of educational institutions. How has Mapua played with this currency? For 10 decades, Mapua has been excellent in the transmission of knowledge. Evidence says the results of board examinations, ABET accreditation, and global awards in deploying successive waves of educational technology or EdTech. In its 10th decade, Mapua made a leap in the generation of new knowledge research. Evidence, the exponential rise in Scopus Index papers that has proved sufficient for the school to break into the THE World University Rankings. In the 10th decade as well, the university made an initial dent in the application of knowledge as evidenced by acquired intellectual property rights and rolled out commercial products.